Well, Graham, coming up to 2020 time, a special competition for you, isn't it? 152 a couple of years ago.
That's my favourite time of the year, coming up to Chelmsford, and we got the small boundaries, and yeah, a couple of years ago had that success with the 152, and since then recent success becoming the sort of over the winter for a short while until I was overtaken the world leading wicket taker in 2020 as well in domestic competitions.
Yeah, so it's a good chance with so much 2020 to get that title back again, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we've got quite a few fixtures coming up, and it'd be nice to get back on top and take that mantle again.
That 152 must have altered your cricketing life, didn't it, Graham?
It certainly has. The last 2 or 3 years have been totally different to the way I expect them to pan out. 2 winters in New Zealand as an overseas player, 2 sort of tournaments in the IPL, only managing 1 game, but Mumbai Indians this year getting to the final and losing, but great to be involved in it all.
Yeah, yes indeed. Now it must be frustrating for you as an Essex player and perhaps the whole team that we haven't actually managed to get through the final and crack that yet, and obviously with the Champions Trophy now at stake as well, that's a massive incentive, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. You know, it all depends on how the ECB let us go with the Champions League. But you know, that is a huge incentive for the side, and I think we've got a squad that's, as you well seen over the past sort of few one-day games, we're quite capable of chasing or setting totals. We've got the batting capabilities and bowling, so there's no reason we shouldn't be making it to the finals.
No, indeed. No, I mean, we are a very well balanced all-round side, and if you were the opposition, you'd really fear playing Essex, I would have thought, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think coming to Chelmsford is one of our strongest sort of holdings, sort of thing, as it be on the opposition. They come to Chelmsford, and this time around it's going to be on Thursdays and Friday nights, which is quite a hostile evening for an away player coming in and playing a game, which makes it sort of a little bit of a home advantage for us.
Yeah, I mean, you've been with Essex a number of years now, played in all sorts of different formats of the game, but that's 2020 at Chelmsford. Any game is a special occasion, isn't it? Yeah,
a packed out Chelmsford's probably the equivalent to 20-30,000 anywhere else. It's and a home crowd behind you, supporting you. It certainly adds up and makes it worthwhile when we play here and we win.
Yeah, and hopefully one would expect, I mean, okay, an expanded competition slightly this year, just an extra couple of games, but that does help you recover from perhaps the occasional blip along the way, and perhaps, you know, only enhances the hope that Essex will reach the final and, you know, do themselves justice this year. Yeah,
well, I think with a prolonged tournament, it means there's more opportunity for the sides who are the better teams to get out ahead. Sometimes the odd rain-affected game over the recent years has sort of been good or bad for teams, and it's helped them to get to the finals, whereas this year they've got more cricket games and there's more opportunities for sides to really dominate in the competition, and let's see the best sides make it all the way to the finals.
Yes, indeed. And of course, added interest for any spectator, of course, 2 overseas players allowed in for each side, and some very high-profile names being linked with not only Essex but other counties as well. That's just got to add to the spice of the whole competition.
Certainly, yeah, that's going to create the interest for people to come and watch. From a playing perspective, playing against the best is always the toughest. You know, if you can put yourself up against the best, you're playing against the toughest opposition. And some of these guys have been specialising in 2020 cricket over the last sort of 2-3 years with the IPL, and they travel the world playing the game. So they'll be way ahead of sort of where we're at in our skills levels for 2020. We'll have to catch up and be sharp to be on top of them.
Yeah, so bigger names for you to hit further, and bigger victims for you to take, bigger name victims.
Yeah, that's the pleasures of playing in 2020 cricket, and the attraction it's created with the overseas players. Yeah. They're coming in, they've got to come to Chelmsford on a Thursday or a Friday night and play against us in our home arena.
Yeah, lovely. Is that all right?